Hello FlossTube, this is Kate Madam Ice and welcome back to my FlossTube channel. I know it's been a while since I've been here filming a video, but today I mustered up the energy and I cleaned up my room a little bit and organized my thoughts, and I think that I have a lot to show you. So this is probably going to be a long video, but I'm really excited to be here today. I'm excited to catch you up on some of the things that I've been working on and doing and some really big news. And yeah, I guess we'll just jump in, because if we don't, we'll just be here forever. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys is some really big news for Designs by Madam Ice. Now, normally I keep my shop stuff to the end, but this time I just really wanted to share with everyone this news. So if you have seen this issue of Just Cross Stitch, the December issue, December 2020, you will have seen, it would have been smart to like bookmark this, but I didn't. You will have seen there's this little spread about some ornament design winners, and right up here, this little guy, he's called Snowman's Treat, and that is my design. I am so excited. So the 3 other ornaments that I've already released this year, this was the first one to get designed actually, and it got accepted into the magazine, and I've known about that for quite some time. So I decided that I wanted to design the other 3 to make a little set of ornaments. And I am so excited to share this with you guys. I've been holding on to it for a while. We got this little snowman with this little, I think it's hot chocolate, but it could be, coffee or apple cider or anything else. And I was so excited to hear that my ornament was picked, and I just wanted to share that with all of you. Now, I will let you know, I've got him back here. Right here. Oh, I just noticed that there's a sticker. That's like what that silence was. I went to hold it up, and I noticed there's a sticker on the back that they must have used to like make sure they didn't forget who this belonged to. But anyways, here he is. But I actually submitted 2 colorways to the magazine. They chose that one, and they only wanted that one. But I also submitted this like jewel tone colorway for like a more modern Christmas look. So this one's definitely a little more traditional looking. This one's more modern, but I love both of them. And I am happy to provide this color conversion. I might just go ahead, I'll try to remember to put it in the drop down box below. So if you see this and you want his color conversion or her color conversion, just look down there. So Snowman's Treat. I'm so excited. And just to see the whole set here, I've got them all like little coin discs. Let's see if I can hold them all up. So here's the series. These 3, not Snowman's Treat, can be found on my Etsy shop, which again, it is in the drop down box. There should be a link there. Anyways, I really hope that YouTube catches this. That's why I'm smiling so much and like trying to post. YouTube, catch it. Okay, we'll see. That would be a good like little thumbnail. That's about all I have to say about that. I'm just over the moon. That's about all I can say. Okay, next up, I wanted to show you, I have 2 finishes actually. So here is the first one. This is Frankenstein by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. It was the Stitching Book Club, the most recent Stitching Book Club. And I used, this is 46 count Silver Mist fabric by Silk Weaver. I use Color and Cotton threads. There are two very different dye lots of Spicy Mustard. That's what the gray yellow is. And then this purple is Chestnut by Color and Cotton. And I adore it. This was a super fun piece to stitch. And I just think she does such a great job with her book club. I will be continuing to participate. Unless she, you know, chooses a book that I'm like really not interested in, but what can I say? I think that I will be participating a lot in 2021 as well. At the end, I'm going to go over some 2021 plans, so buckle in. It's a lot. Okay, but second finish. I really want a bell right now. I feel awkward. I feel out of practice. Because I haven't done this in a while, so I'm sorry if this isn't as smooth as it usually is, but here is my second finish. This is the Unicorn Biscornu by Tiny Modernist, and this is the third of the mythical Biscornus that she released in 2019. Sorry, my whips are falling off the table over here. So this is the third one. I plan on doing all 12. And these are my work projects usually. This one I worked on quite a bit outside of work, so it got done a little bit faster than the others did. But I think, it's taken about 2 years, and this is the third one done. So give me another 6 years and I'll have the series done. And then I will FFO them all at the same time. Here, I've got the other two here. I might as well just refresh you if you haven't been around to see. This is the first one and the back. And this was the second one, the Little Mermaids. And the back of that one, which is super cute with these little crabs. So we'll keep trucking away on those. The next one is a fairy. It's a fairy Biscornu. And I will put a picture of it up here while I'm organizing these here. So I should be starting that one soon, like probably this week. Okay. Yeah, those are my finishes. On my whip board over here, I am still 2 finishes in the hole. I owe myself 2 finishes for the things that I have started. And the next stitching book club is about to start on December 1st. And I just have a sneaking suspicion I will not finish 2 things by December 1st. Oh, it is November 21st, just in case you're wondering. Saturday, November 21st, 2020. And I just don't think in the next week and a couple of days I will get 2 finishes. For a lot of reasons, but you will hear about that in a little bit. Okay, so moving into whips, the first one that I have to show you is Coming to America by With Thy Needle and Thread. And here she is. The 66 days of stitching are officially done, I'm pretty sure. And I did not get close to finishing. I hate to say it, but I do not like this piece, guys. It is just not my favorite thing to stitch. But I will conquer it. This is where I'm at. I am determined that I will stitch this sucker. And it will get done. And it will be hanging in my house. And it's just going to get done. I just don't like it. So, you can see I'm in this little section right here underneath Cape Cod. This part should move pretty fast because it's just names and words, and that tends to go a little bit faster. And then I'm going to have this giant chunk again down here, which is going to be so fun to stitch. But it will get done. It will get done. It's going to be on my wall at some point. I refuse to let it beat me. I refuse. Plus Josh likes it, so can't say no. Oh no. Oh dear. Where did this needle and thread come from? Oh, I think it was on here. Random thread with a needle just hanging out over here. Didn't quite know where that was coming from. Okay, next up is Lovebirds by Riolis. And this is one that I, for some unknown reason in my head, when I started this in May, I was like, that will be a very quick stitch. Like, it won't take me, more than a month, maybe 2, for me to get that done, because clearly this is a very small and uninvolved design that would take just, barely any time, guys. I don't know what, every month I tell myself I'm going to finish it this month and it doesn't get done because it's not actually that small. But here it is, and it is beautiful. I love it. And the wool threads that are in this kit are super fun to work with. I just keep telling myself it's going to get done, like, no problem, weekend stitch, and it's done. Nope. But look at that. I love the colors. Anna, this is for you. You say you always like it when I show this one because it's so pretty colors. So here it is. And yeah. It's so sweet. Just takes more than a weekend. Who knew? Next up, we have Mini Oak King by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Stokes. And I have put in some good work on this. Here we are. This is the edge of the first page, so I'm officially in, I'm down here. So I'm in the diagonal that hits the top, the edge of the first page, and then I'll be building down to finish out the page. It goes down to about here or so. But you can start, like, I think you guys can actually see what it is. As opposed to, like, when I used to show it and it was this corner and I was like, trust me, there's more going on in that dark blob than you can see. I think you guys can see a little bit more. It looks like branches and leaves and stuff. So, that is Mini Oak King. Next up is Dark Queen of... Oh, wait. Nope. Not quite yet. First, I want to show you where I am on Beauty and the Beast from the Disney Dreams collection. And I did not take this one out of the Q-Snap. I didn't even take it out of the project bag, so give me a second here. And, so if you saw my I think it was my last video where I showed you my page finish of the first page all over here. So I've just been working away on the second page. This castle tower is really, it's taken shape now, which is fun. And then, I don't know if you can tell, oh yeah, you can see it. See this rainbow right here? And it's sparkly. There is blending filament in there. So it is a shiny, shiny rainbow. It's actually, that rainbow, they have you, it's one strand of the color of the rainbow, one strand of the blending filament, and then one strand of the blue, that like light blue that's in the background here, so that it looks kind of translucent. It's cool. I don't know that stitching with 2 strands of cotton and a strand of blending filament on 18 count Aida is my favorite thing to do. It gets kind of thick, but the effect is wonderful. So I was really excited to hit the rainbow. It was a good milestone for me. Okie doke. So there is that. Now I'm going to show you Dark Queen of the Sea. If you don't follow this piece at all, it's Dark Queen of the Seas by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And it's a 12-month-long stitch along of a mystery piece. So we just are in month 3 right now. So we've only got 3 of the 12 parts out. And it's gorgeous. I chose to stitch the explicit version. So if you do not want to see female anatomy, please feel free to look away for the next minute or two. Probably a couple minutes. And then you won't have to see it. But I hope that you stick around to look at it because I think she's gorgeous. Anyways, that's enough about that. So here she is. And I am really hoping we get to see what her face looks like next month. I just want to see a face. And I want to see what her hair looks like up here. But I love this piece. And I want to talk to you. I'm going to get on a little bit of a soapbox here. So I made some adjustments to her breasts because I just did. And there's been a little bit of debate in the group, and I'm not criticizing Aaron. Aaron of Autumn Lane Stitchery, he is so talented. Like, look at this, guys. Look at it. This is gorgeous. I made some slight adjustments right here, but everything else is pure Aaron. And there's no way that I could come up with something like this. It's just so gorgeous. When I saw the 2 versions though, I think that everyone sees art differently, and this is just a form of art. And I saw the 2 versions, and my thoughts were, I really want to stitch the explicit version, but I thought that her shape looked different in the covered version. And that's really what it came down to. When I was recharting this, what I did was I started with his covered version, and I, if you want to call, I undressed her, if you want to say that. I just made the shape look what I thought it would look like underneath her covering. I don't think that that's how Aaron envisions it. I think that he probably sees it both ways. Just one way she's covered up and one way she isn't. But to me, it just looked different. I liked the shape of one, but I wanted to stitch the other. So I made some adjustments to make it fit what I saw. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And honestly, I don't think Aaron thinks there's anything wrong with that. I think, though, that some people, I was really excited to post and share this because I love it. And I think some people started making some pretty negative comments about the design, the way he designed it. And the way he designed it is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just not what my eyes saw. I changed it a little bit. And I think that's okay. I think that's all I'm going to say about that. It's just art, guys. And it's something that we all spend a lot of time on. So we want to make it look how we like it. So anyways, I am so excited for December. Again, I hope I get to see her face. I kind of hope she's scowling a lot. I hope it's not a pretty smile. I mean, that would be cool too and everything, but I hope she's fierce. Okay. That's all I have for whips for you. I've worked on a couple other things here and there, but nothing super noteworthy for progress. So, let's move in. I've got plans, and I keep looking over here because it's a lot here. Okay, so I have decided that I would like to take part in No New Starts 2021, which is a Facebook group. If you want to join it, you can search No New Starts 2021. You have to answer the questions. Joni, I am doing this for you. Subscribers, if you try to join that group, you must answer the questions. Joni's in charge of making sure you answer the questions. So do it. But anyways, I decided I want to participate in it. So I wanted to have more than the 13. I can count. I wanted to have more than the 13 whips that I've got going into 2021, just because I didn't want to get like too bored with it. So what I decided was I'm going to put the minimum stitches, which is 200 stitches. I'm going to put a minimum stitches in a few more projects, and then I'm just going to put them away, and I'm going to continue doing essentially what I already do, which is I try to do 2 finishes equals 1 start. So I'm going to try to continue that. But instead of a actual start, I'll be pulling from this pile of just barely started whips. So I wanted to start just a few extra things. So I went through my magazines and all my kits and all my charts, and I ended up, this is after a lot of consideration and narrowing down, guys. But this is what I've got. These are the things I want to start. It's just a few things. I don't know. So I thought it would be kind of fun. I have some of them are kitted up. Some of them are not. And I'll just kind of try to flip through them for you. Because, I mean, who doesn't love a good stash parade a little bit, right? Okay. So, and I have a couple of them. I've done the starts on it. So here's the first one. Sorry, crinkle, crinkle. Phone, wallet, keys, mask. This is from Top Knot Stitcher. I went ahead and got the kit. So I started it. And this is how far I got on it. And now it's going to go away until, I don't know. It's going to go away for a little bit. But I actually worked on this. I did a sleep study recently. And I did a daytime sleep study, which I don't know. I don't really want to go into it, but it was not, I thought it sounded like it was going to be a super relaxing day, because they say that they're going to give you a lot of opportunities to nap, which sounds wonderful, but it was one of the most exhausting things I've done. But anyways, so I worked on this in between naps while I was doing that, which is kind of fun. Okay, next up, I have this kitted. I'm just going to put a picture of it. I'll put a picture of it up here. This is called Evening in the Shire. It's by Cute Patterns by Maria. And I have kitted it up. Here's all the flosses. And I chose this Azure Blue. It's just, I think it's just Lugana. Yeah, I think it's Lugana from Witchcraft. But it will look lovely. I would like to start it. I would like to start it soon. I actually made a list, like I tried to prioritize all of these whips or these like things that I want to start, and I tried to go like 1 through however many and prioritize them so that I'm going to start from the top and start things, working my way down the list for the most part, so that whenever I get sick of starting things or run out of time to start things, I will have what I have. So that's one of my top 10. I've started kitting up the top 10. Okay, 3 more starts for next year. Well, actually, okay, so one of them is the Fairy Biscornu from Tiny Modernist. Now I have high hopes of getting 2 more done next year as well. So I kit up the Gnome Biscornu, which is the 5th one. The Fairy's the 4th. This is the 5th. And then the 6th one is this Phoenix. So I went ahead and kitted those up as well. Next up in here, oh, this is one that I have gotten my minimum stitches in. I will have to put a picture up here again. So there's a, this goes back to some things I was saying earlier. I would like to continue working and participating in the Stitching Book Club next year. How am I going to do that if I'm not starting anything new? Well, there is a loophole rule that they made, and I will be exploiting it, and I don't care if it's cheating a little bit. It's just going to happen. They made it a rule, and I'm going to follow the rules. If you have like a series or a set of things that you want to stitch, they count one piece of fabric as one whip, even if you're planning on cutting them apart at the end. So I bought this giant piece of fabric that's like a blanket, and it's like just like a neutral brown. It's R&R Reproductions Beach Brew. So it's a neutral color. I bought it, and I'm stitching currently the Stitching Book Club logo on the top corner over here. And all the rest of this is hopefully enough room to stitch the Stitching Book Club pieces for next year. And I don't care if it's cheating a little bit, I'm doing it. So this is the Stitching Book Club logo so far. Unfortunately, I've pretty much just been stitching the colors that really blend in. Like this tan is the same color as the fabric essentially, but it gets surrounded by white, so you'll see it. It's just you can't see it right now. But I did my 200 stitches in this one. It's just really faint, which they're pretty muted colors to begin with, but like there's this pink in there will show up nice. I think the blue's showing up okay. It's just more of a muted color palette anyways to begin with. But, so there's that. They better all fit on this piece of fabric. It's a huge piece of fabric, reserved solely for Stitching Book Club. See if I can even get it back in the bag. All right, next up. What is this one? Oh, yeah. It is. So I have just cross stitched. This is the August 2018 issue. And I will be stitching. It's called Fairy's Retreat, but I call her the Book Fairy in my head. And I've had my eyes on this one for a couple years, really since this magazine came out, and I just haven't ever gotten around to stitching her, and I think about her all the time, so I figured I might as well start her. I have not started her yet. I will be doing it on this blue. It's Winterbrook by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's just this lovely light blue. And I mean, we'll see, but I think I'll change her skin color probably. I just don't know what color I'll use yet, but I think that I will be changing it. I'm trying to like have some semblance of order here, guys, so excuse me while I put this away. And here are all the flosses for her. Okay. Another start. This should be a finish by the end of the year. But the next book for the Stitching Book Club is A Christmas Carol, and it is, her design is just a sweet little design. It should be a quick stitch, only 3 parts, and it's like 60 by 60 stitches, something like that. So I will be stitching it on, this is the Silver Mist linen that I stitched Frankenstein on, 46 count, but because I just have to, she has a beautiful palette of like classic red and gold Christmas, but I don't do the red and gold Christmas, so I changed the gold to blues, and I'm trying to hold all this on here at the same time so I can show you. I have these 3 blues and the red and greens, and I think it will be lovely. I kept the red because I'm pretty sure, like from the sneak peek that she showed, I'm pretty sure the red is used as like holly berries, so I didn't want to leave it out. Otherwise I probably would have gone just all blue. But I think it will look lovely, and I can't wait to see that design. It comes out December 1st. And did I say it's a Christmas Carol? I think I said that. So that one should be finished by Christmas. That's the goal anyways. Next up. Ooh, this one's fun. So I'll put a picture of it up here. This is going to be Jane Marshall, 1857, I think is the year. But this was Hands Across the Sea. They sold it as a fundraiser to support fires, the Australian Fire Service during the Australian bushfires at the beginning of this year, before we all knew that we were going to be living through a pandemic for the rest of the year. But anyways, I purchased this chart back then, and it's just a sweet small sampler, and I really wanted to stitch it just using whatever I had in stash. So I have this fabric. It's called Squash Blossom by Legacy Linen. And let's see. That's a pretty good representation of the color. It looks like a squash blossom. It's that lovely like yellow orange color. And I just went through my color and cotton stash and chose a bunch of threads. And this doesn't correspond at all to the original colors. I chose just a brand new color palette. And I have the conversion written down so I don't forget it, but it's a lot more like bright teals, greens. I've got these couple coral colors, and I think it will look really nice on this like yellowy orange fabric. I don't know. This is as much as you get. Right there. So I'm really excited to start this one, actually, because, you know, making color conversions is fun, and you just want to see how it looks. You want to get started so that you can see if your vision came through. Okay. Next up, we got to keep moving or else I will never finish this. Another top 10. I think everything I've shown you right now up to this point has been top 10. Actually, I know that everything I've shown you up to this point has been top 10. Nora Corbett Coffee House. That's what this is called. Yeah, the Coffee House. It's part of the Holiday Village. And I've had this kitted up. I bought it years ago, and I've had it kitted up. I have all the. This is Shale by Picture This Plus. And y'all, when the what's it called? The Blue Flowers piece Huckleberry Farm came out and she used shale for that and everyone couldn't find shale. I just had this sitting with my coffee house just waiting. It's not big enough of a piece to be able to do, you know, it's pretty small. So it's not big enough for Huckleberry Farm. But I don't know why I started talking about that. I just had it kitted. I bought all the beads and the Krynic and the water lilies and the DMCs. And it's just been sitting for years. And I love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and start it. 2021 will be the year that I will work on it. No promises about finishing anything. But there's that. Okay. Ooh. See, I'm going through these and I like kind of forgetting. And I've been working on getting these up for the last like week, and I still keep forgetting what even is in here. Okay, next up, this was a recent start because I had some friends in virtual stitchers that wanted to start it, and I just couldn't help myself. So I'll put a picture up here. It's called The Witching Hour by Heaven and Earth Designs. Yes, another Heaven and Earth Designs. This is going to get me in another tangent. I'll just go ahead and show you my progress first. I started this in October with Milka and Chrissy from Virtual Stitches. And this is where I'm at. It's definitely over my 200 stitch threshold. Just got some stripes going on the wall. And for this one, I just gridded the first page. And once I get done stitching the first page, I'll grid the second. But there we are. I made this needle minder out of a button that I had. But, oh no, I just threw that needle. Oh, I felt it. Just a second, guys. There it is. Fell out of the floss. We're all good. Found the needle. We're going to put it away so that that doesn't happen again. Here is the floss I'm using for this project. So I don't know how many of you have heard of CXC floss, but it is a DMC alternative floss that is made in China and is not 100% cotton. It's got some polyester in it, and it is significantly cheaper than DMC. When you order it, you don't have to order it in bulk, but in order to really get the cost effectiveness, you should order it in bulk. And by bulk, I mean a full set, which is 447 skeins. You don't have to order the full set, like only one skein of each color, but you have to order 447 total to get the really good value. So I did that. And let me tell you, this floss is super soft because I think it's that polyester in it. It is so soft. It's softer than DMC. It's really nice. This is all the stuff for the witching hour. And, ready. This is a shame that I really haven't shared with many people. Here's the leftovers that I didn't need for the witching hour. And just some extras. And more. And more. And more. And more. Guys. I kitted up 6 heids. Well, 6 full coverages. I mean, when you're ordering 447 skeins, you can kit up a lot of stuff with that. So I kitted up 6 total. Am I a little ashamed? Maybe. Am I more excited than ashamed? Yes. So I have my whole lifetime of full coverage projects kitted up. I will never run out. Oh, and let's talk about these floss cards. So I ordered these from Amazon. I actually found it, Brenda and the serial starter Laura. They talk about these floss tags. They're just like gift tags, cardboard gift tags that you can get on Amazon that are pretty inexpensive. And I bought one of these like hole punch things and just made the tags, and this works really nicely for the full coverage. I need to obviously put all of these and the other 4 bags on tags and sort them out to the other projects. That's a problem for another day. What can I say? It's a weird year. It's a weird year. When are we going to have to stop using 2020 as an excuse, though? That's the real question. At what point will it become unacceptable to say, but it was 2020? Never. Okay, next up is this thing that I can't say, essentially the Fawn. I'm just going to call him the Fawn. And I love him. And I've talked about him before. And I love him, so I want to start him. This is Jungle by... Ooh. Who made this fabric? Is it in here? I don't have it written down. I know it's called Jungle. I don't remember who it's by. But I thought it looked pretty close to what the picture looks like. They say they used... It just says like lime linen. Something like that. I'm not seeing it right now. But it just says... It doesn't like give a brand or anything like that. It just says lime linen. And so I liked this dark green kind of look. And all the floss is in here. Y'all, I told you this would be a long video. Don't blame me. I gave you a warning. Okay. This is the last one that I worked on, like, kitting up. So then, I've got some more, but I'll just, like, breeze through them. So the last one that I worked on kitting up is Witchcraft by The Primitive Hair. And it's just black and white floss on here. And I just picked a couple fancy floss from my stash. And this is Feldspar by Picture This Plus. It's this nice like gray. It's got kind of like orangey hints running through it. Like pinky. Little splotches here and there. But this is a dark brown. It's called Pecan Pie by Gentle Art. And then this is Champagne by Color and Cotton. It's got like a little bit of a green undertone, so it's like brown and green instead of black and white. But I think it will look good on here. And there we have it, guys and gals and others, people. So that's all of them that I worked on kitting up. Here is my project bag full of things that are still on the table, potentially, but it's not in my immediate radar for starting. Essentially, like, obviously I wouldn't have pulled these things if I didn't want to stitch them, but I did take a good hard look at my giant pile of things that I wanted to start before the end of the year. And I know it's totally unrealistic. So this is the B list. Let's not talk ourselves out of that when I'm showing you. Okay. So, okay, let's just get started. This is a kit from Kit & Stitcher. It is called S-Board, A Little Rag. It comes with the fabric and the floss. So I'm set to go to start it if I have time. Okay, I've got Blue Monday. This is from a local plantation, historic plantation. And it's lovely. And if I have time, I'll start it. Another kit. This is just Lemons by Lucilla. I have one that I have a kit of like a lemon tree, which I love lemon trees, but it was like huge and I really had to talk to myself about making realistic expectations for things that I have time to stitch in my life. And so I still have the kit, but this was a little bit more manageable size-wise. I've showed you this before. Cow pies, till the cows fly home. This is the first cross stitch that I ever did. I talked about it in a previous video. Just in brief, when I was a youngin', I found this kit in a Ben Franklin and I bought it and I started it and got frustrated and threw it away. But this would have been my very first cross stitch. So I found it on eBay and I will stitch it sometime just for the sake of it being my intro to the world. Next up is this sleigh by Mill Hill. Very pretty. It's a manageable size. Next up, I have this Prairie Schooler Spring Samplers, and these are very lovely. I have a hard time kind of deciding which one I want to stitch, but I decided on this one over here. It says, "Dost thou not see the little plants, the little birds, the ants, the spiders, the bees working together?" And it's got like a bunny and frogs and just all sorts of cool stuff over there. I think I would update the color palette a little bit, but I chose fabric for it, but no flosses yet. Next up, Thread Needle Street. This was a market release this year. Very cute. There's this sampler, this tiny sampler, which I just think is really fun. It says, "Thou shall not nag." I just think it's funny. And it's small and it would be easy to just like kit up with whatever you have. So maybe. Another market release from this year, I think, I Will Cut You by Lucy Beam. It's just funny. And, ooh, it's empty, guys. The bag is empty. So that's all. That's all I want to start in the next month. I mean, it's not too much, right? Yeah. All right. This has been a long enough video. If you are still with me, thank you so much for hanging out and for catching back up with me in this time. Next time you see me, I mean, I could tell you that I'll come back in a couple weeks before Christmas. There's a good chance that I might not be back until after Christmas. We'll see. I hope you all are having good holidays and are making smart plans that make sense for you and your loved ones, and that you're focused on keeping each other safe, even if it's hard. I know we had to cancel Thanksgiving plans because it just didn't make sense in the name of keeping everyone healthy. And that is really hard to do. So I really hope that no matter what you are doing this year, no matter how untraditional or whatever, I hope you are just keeping a mind on health and safety and loving each other even if you can't be together, and that you have a good day still. It's not quite the same this year, is it? Yeah, that's all I've got for you. So I guess next time you see me, potentially I'll have a whole stack of starts to show you. So maybe I'll have a bunch of starts next time. We'll see. I've only started those like couple and I'm already kind of exhausted with starting things, but I've got a big stack to work through. So, all right, I'm rambling. Bye, you guys. Have good, safe holidays. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye.